Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I'm going to outline my goals for 2023. First up, I know it's already March, but this video and the two prior to this were actually recorded in early January. My editing software decided to corrupt the files after I was done with them, and I had to start over editing them. You know, I'm starting to edit stuff and stuff breaks. I didn't take it as a sign, I just took a little bit of a break from the editing, came back to it, fresh eyes, probably improved some of it, hopefully. Right, we're here now, better late than never. I got a bunch of other videos already shot, I just need to edit them and upload them. And editing takes a frigging long time. There's a reason why I just did the one-take videos. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. That was just a bit of channel info. Let's get on with the actual video now. So I'll start by addressing what my goals are heading towards. I want 2023 to be the year where I have no more excuses to do what I would eventually like to do. And that is battle reports, campaigns, and finally using my collection of miniatures for a whole lot more than what they're currently doing, which is sitting in a cabinet. I also want 2023 to be the year where I improve my videos, and during the year I figure out what sort of style I want to document my things in. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of editing and it's probably not gonna get a lot of views, and that's okay. Like I said in the channel reintroduction, this channel is mainly for me, but I also don't want it to be a massive labor just to get a video done. So we will see what 2023 brings in terms of my YouTube documentation. Right, let's move on to some of the specifics I hope to accomplish as a minimum this year. I want to finish my base army for my Horus Heresy Imperial Fists. That includes all that I currently own, which is a couple of Praetors, a command squad, another plastic Scorpion, a Land Raider Spartan, a Land Raider Proteus, a squad of autocannons, another Contemptor Dreadnought, some Templars, a tactical squad, a Rhino, my remaining Phalanx Warders, so I can actually do the Rite of War everyone will hate me for. I've only been trying to finish this Rite of War since Heresy 1.0. Oh boy. Once all of that is assembled and painted, I want to reward myself with a true centerpiece for the army. In the past, it has always been my Land Raider Achilles, my first and until recently only Land Raider in my entire collections. But I wanted something bigger. In the past, I've always wanted a Warhound Titan to fill that role as a centerpiece model. But my interest has dropped off since, and let's be honest, I'll probably never use it. Especially not with the armies that I have currently. It seems sort of out of place, but you could justify it. So before the plastic Typhoon heavy siege tank was announced, I strongly considered getting that, but I think it will be less unique now and won't stand out as much now that there are so many Spartan-sized vehicles on the tables. So I've decided I want to pick up a Fellblade chassis. I haven't decided which. I have gone back and forth between the Glaive and the Fellblade. Rule of Cool being taken into consideration. I still think I need to pick one that might end up seeing use on the table. And in the current edition, I don't see much in favor of the Glaive, unfortunately. So it will likely be a Fellblade, but we shall see what the future brings. I have flip-flopped on this in the past, and my friends can attest to that. So yeah, long story short, I will reward myself with a Super Heavy once I am done with the rest. I also want to finalize all of my terrain. I'm tempted to pick up more here, but we will see what the future brings. I really want some of the new boarding action terrain or Sol Mortalis or Necromunda stuff so I can do, Sol Mortalis games or do a Necromunda campaign or just, flesh out stuff and have variations of it. But I will try to keep my cool, try to finish what I have first before I do something like that. So my original plan was to fix up an old board that I have. It is a bit warped. Actually, it's a lot warped. I would still very much like to fix it up, especially for fantasy rank and file type games, as well as variations of base tables to use. However, between me writing the script and filming and recording it, I picked up a Realm of Battle board. I am so freaking hyped to get this painted up and get a sweet city fighting table going. I have been wanting to do a proper table for so long, but now I can finally get there, so it's definitely going on my list this year. Ever since the 5th edition Cities of Death sort of campaign books and whatnot, I really wanted to do that. Last year I also got some gifts that I haven't painted. And while I'm currently done with 40k due to a number of reasons, I feel bad about being gifted some awesome models and not having them painted. So while it doesn't move me closer to my overarching goals for the year, they're still part of it. I hope some of it will make for a good video. I have a load of Ork boys already. I also have a gigantic bits box, but what I don't have are Ork commandos. So I would like to turn at least half of these monopose boys into a commando squad and make a video about it while I do so. Ork conversions are always fun, at least for me, but judging by YouTube, it probably is for you as well. Keeping with the theme of 40k and it not being for me anymore, I want to slowly start converting my old World Eaters army into a very late heresy / scouring era force for Horus Heresy. Some of it will be very compatible, some of it won't. I would still like it to be able to play in 40k if the new edition turns out to be to my liking. But I have to be honest here, I have fairly low hopes for that with the way they are treating the hobby aspect and the codices. I'm not going to go over the top here and be too ambitious, and I want to be able to be flexible enough to do other projects during the year and not feel too bound to a predetermined workload. So I'm setting my goal here to be a legal playable army. This means a minimum of 2 troop choices and an HQ. In short, I would love to be able to play Zone Mortalis with them before 2024. I would ideally like to make the goal 1000 points, but I don't want to stress about it as it will inevitably be a long-term project. So let's try and predict where I fail, things that could possibly derail my plans in the coming year. If the old world is released, I will probably have a strong urge to paint more of my orcs and goblins army and or work on my Bretonnians again. I also have this urge to do a dwarf army, but not yet. I need to finish some stuff first. I really want to do a classic dwarf army. You know, don't have to be all the fancy stuff, just a bunch of dwarf warriors and crossbowmen and thunderers and yeah. Oh, I would love that. Anyway, it's not happening this year, but hopefully in the future. Okay, slightly less likely. If 40k 10th edition is released and somehow appeals to me, I might deviate and focus on my 40k stuff. Like this uncounted box of Primaris. I haven't put this in my official pile of shame because I'm not sure I want to keep it. I have never in my life sold a Warhammer army, or a model for that sake, but I might sell this box. I haven't decided yet. For now, it will be in limbo. I might also, and there's a strong possibility of this, do the same thing that I'm doing for my World Eaters, but to my 40k Imperial Fists. But it will likely be 1s and 2s that I convert instead of, you know, the army wholesale. If something exciting from the Horus Heresy comes up, like Mark II or Mark V in plastic, or something new, if there's an expansion or major changes, errata, FAQ, chapter approved type thingy for Horus Heresy, I might also deviate, you know. I also have an itch to do a Necromunda or Zone Mortalis style board, as I've alluded to before. So yeah, I might pick up that Boarding Actions terrain set. Who knows? I also really want to do a campaign of my own design, inspired by, amongst other things, the old Planet Strike tiles and rules. I would really like to design my own tiles, write my own campaign, and if possible, document it on this channel. I certainly hope so. I was talking to my friend that I play Horus Heresy with, and he was totally up for making some battle reports. So, you know, it could happen. Also, on that, we need to figure out a style and do all that kind of stuff, but we'll see. So let's quickly do a summary of what I want to do. I want to finish my Horus Heresy Imperial Fists. Then I want to finish all of my terrain. I want to fix my game board and or paint up the new one that I already got. Then I want to paint all the gifts that I've gotten. This is important to me, regardless of if I'm going to use them in the near future or not. Then I want to make the basis of a legal 30k World Eaters army out of my existing 40k World Eaters army. This includes 2 troops and 1 HQ. Ideally, I would love to do 1000 points, but I'm not counting on it. Right. Those are my, let's call them, hard goals. Those are what I want to achieve. And keep in mind that I'm working towards bigger things with these projects. Like I said, this is a foundation, a solid base. So I have, in quotation marks here, nice selection of miniatures, lots of terrain, and a board or 2 so that I can start making battle reports. Or if not battle reports, then at least have very immersive and narrative games when I invite people over. I want to thank you all for watching. Now that I'm done with these sort of planning and introduction type videos, I want to get on to some actual hobby videos soon. So thank you very much for watching. all the way to the end again. Thank you. I will see you very soon in another video. Cheers.